Happy Monday morning, good Monday morning, whatever it may be. Actually, it's Tuesday morning now. I'm a day late.
Yes, we are.
Unfortunately, we're recording a day late, so a lot of us had a lot of good things to go. We'll cover that a little bit later. We are excited to have a special guest. So we have Kim Christie, who is, I will guess, basically what the operations manager for Whoa Tacos or Whoa Industries.
Business development and social media management.
Okay.
I need one of those.
So give us if you can, just give us a little short description of what you do, how long you've been doing this, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Well, I think, my job recently has been kind of tapered down to, I don't know, I guess, make my job easier. Right now, I'm just strictly working on the website, scheduling, and growing the business. I don't have to worry about the other things I've had to worry about in the past. So I don't have to work on the truck anymore. I'm not dealing with the, other stuff with the employees anymore. I'm strictly just scheduling and growing the business and working on the website and social media.
And then do you have a background in those things, I assume?
I've been doing this for about, maybe 5 years now. Social media, website building, that kind of thing. Prior to that, I have always, I guess I have an entrepreneurial background.
Okay. So I guess the first thing that I'll go into is you're not on the truck much or anything anymore. Can you kind of maybe talk about the transition? Like, do you miss it already? Is it because I know you guys are, I see Whoa Tacos out not 24/7, but all the time. So do you miss, getting out and seeing the people?
Can I interject real quick? I want to throw another question first.
Oh boy.
So are you partial owner, full owner? How did you end up with the truck?
I'm not owner at all.
Okay.
I have a friend who I've been friends with for about 20 years. He decided to open up the Whoa brand, and he asked me if I would be willing to help. And I said, sure. I've worked with him in the past on different projects, so he knows that I'll work 24 hours a day for a little pay.
Welcome to the club.
I was gonna say that's what all of us do.
Yeah, I love to work, so I like to see my work go. But I do miss being on the truck. I like to see people that I've talked to online, or people maybe I've scheduled their wedding, and now I see their name pop up at the window, and I'm like, oh, I've talked to you, or how was your wedding? It's nice to put a name to the face. I do build a relationship with them online. It's really a good feeling to see them in person. And they always like to meet me as well. It is kind of sad not to be on the truck anymore. But it wasn't really my choice. So.
Okay. You're making it work though. You're making what you're doing. You're obviously still trying to grow the brand. So you obviously care about the brand. Can you, I guess, describe the brand? I remember when I first saw, because I got into this just Googling everybody's food trucks to kind of see where they were located, right? So where they went, I would try to call and see if I could get into the same spot. And I understand there are food trucks that might frown upon that. But being a new guy, I didn't really have a choice. But I saw you have something on the side of the trailer that describes what quote unquote whoa with an exclamation point is. So what's the brand?
The brand is a feeling that you get. So it's just like the whoa feeling. So when you open up your food, you're surprised, you're delighted at the taste, the way it looks, it's an unexpected feeling. You don't expect that in food. So we've got different flavors that are mixed together. We've got professional people working on the truck. It's very don't take this offensively, it's very clean. You know what I mean? It's just an unexpected experience overall. It's quick, it's a good experience.
The food looks amazing. I'm looking through your Facebook right now. The food looks better than any of the taco trucks that I've seen on the side of the state. So
Thanks. The photos are good because I take the
the
photos.
the photos are amazing.
Photos are great. So
Um,
this past December, I had a chance, actually, that's when you and I first met. That's when I had a chance to try something, and I gave it a whoa. I mean, I took it back to my truck because we were working an event together, and I would have went back and ordered 2 more. It was unbelievable. So I'm glad whoever's putting the menu together and the ingredients together, they definitely got that reaction out of me for sure.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things, I guess, when you are creating your menu is to create the flavors that you can't recreate at home. So for the quesadilla, for example,
Mhm.
I can only get that taste on that truck. So I don't like to cook personally at home, not at all. But what I have Googled the recipe and tried to make, birria tacos at home. And there's a million recipes that are out there and they're all going to make a different flavor. So I can never recreate that exact flavor at home. But once I get that taste of the quesadilla on the truck, I want the taste again because I'm still thinking about the next day. So
Yeah.
then I'll follow the truck around. And we have people that drive from Ann Arbor to St. Clair Shores and buy 10 tacos because they can't get the taste out of their head. And that's like how you create your following.
So that's absolutely amazing. I mean, you're following, you guys have a great following. You guys do go, where's the truck based out of? Let's put it that way.
So we store where our warehouse and our kitchen is in Southfield. So it's way off the road. Like you can't, because we have to a specific type building. So it's like a light industrial
Yeah.
area. You know what I mean? It's very
Yep.
tricky with the kitchen and all that, how you have to have it. And you have to have ample parking for the trucks.
Okay.
So it's in Southfield, but you can hop on like Telegraph, to get to the expressways, and
Yep.
we'll shoot out to like St. Clair Shores, or we go as far as Chelsea typically.
Yep.
Just for open events.
And what kind of places do you guys try to hit if you don't have like an event already scheduled?
Well, we do private events for catering. Those are our main focus. But we go to breweries typically. I wouldn't go somewhere that I wasn't sure of the outcome because it costs so much, because all of our food is handmade except for the tortillas. So we have so much effort that goes into our food, like our sauces are handmade and they're perishable. So it's very costly just to send the truck randomly places.
Yeah. Now, you going back to, I guess, what your job title is now, can you give maybe some aspiring or struggling food trucks or something like that, kind of maybe some ideas on how to increase their social media following? I know I'm having a hard time with Instagram. Like, no matter what I've done in the past, for some reason I just can't grab Instagram followers. I have Facebook followers, which is okay, but I just can't. Something's happening where I can't grab them.
So for me, you kind of have to play with different ideas. So you have to see what works. So maybe like I just recently started switching to I post our updates for our schedule into the stories. And then in the feed, I just post videos. I've kind of started messing with that a little bit, and it has increased our following. So if you look at our Instagram page, you'll see just like videos. And then on the top part is like where I'll say like, we're going to the Bearded Lamb tonight in the stories. So it's kind of play with it a little bit and try different things, but don't switch too much. I would go with it for maybe 2 weeks and see what happens. Maybe post at different times, try different hashtags. But Instagram is very visual, right? So, you kind of want to make sure your pictures are really nice. I also delete things, like I archive lots of things, and I don't follow many. So if you look at our page, I only follow, I think, like 7 people, and one of them is me. I just like to follow myself.
Well, that's good.
And then one of them is Woe Chinese I follow. So because we had a Woe Chinese truck this past year. So you just want to just kind of, try different things, but also you want to see like what, where your time is best spent. So sometimes it maybe costs an upfront cost to hire someone, but also it might be worth it to put that investment out because, the cost of an employee or a service may be worth it because you're reaching more people. I have read different things about, like, recently, I think we talked about it, about someone who does, they have a very high number of followers, but I don't think that a high number of followers means that you're getting a high number of sales. If I have 300,000 followers, it doesn't mean 300,000 people are coming to my truck. Those people could be in another country.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? It doesn't mean that I'm successful.
Quality matters more than quantity for sure. So
Yeah. So I think, you just kind of want to just play with different things, but definitely visual. And you want to think of who your target audience is. So I know that based on our analytics, that the target audience is actually me. So like a 40-year-old woman is our, person that buys the most, roughly, So I know what I like to see. So I just kind of go after what I like.
And you say you take basically your own pictures? Any special type of equipment, or would you advise, maybe when they're getting their business off the ground to maybe hire a photographer, like actual food photographer to take those pictures for you, or just the average iPhone will kind of work for now?
Well, I just use my iPhone, I always use real light outside, sunlight. If you look at my photos, my videos, I just always use real light outside, like sunlight. I do like light, like when the sun is setting a little bit, when the sun comes down. Like I think I just posted, there's an El Pastor photo where the sun is hitting the pineapple really nicely. I can like remember I was taking those photos. The sunlight was coming in really nice and it like really lit it up. But I do like taking I take all the photos except for in the very beginning, we did have a professional photographer come in because the owner wanted that. I don't necessarily like those photos, but that could also be biased because
So
well, absolutely. I mean, yeah, why pay for something you can do yourself? That's at
and you need
least
so much
as good, if
content.
not better.
Like you need so much content, so you
Yep.
can't. It would be unreasonable to have someone come in all the time.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's, I mean, for Skippy and I, that we probably get into that where we're reposting same pictures. I know I do, at least on our daily post for where we're at and stuff. But yeah, again, for me, and the Instagram is not somewhere where I put a lot of effort. A lot of it is same post from Facebook and Instagram, both. I mean, just because we have such a huge Facebook following that is a customer base for us. So yeah, that's kind of where I focus more, but it has been a point where we wanted to improve that. But again, we get so busy. I know Skippy makes all of his food and he's alone on the truck a lot of time. And for me, it's a mental thing to stop doing what I'm doing to take a picture of something while we still have customers. Is very hard for me to wrap my head around mentally. A question about, you mentioned the analytics on your Instagram and what your peak demographic is. So on my Facebook and my Instagram demographics are like a 180 flip. So we're at 62%, I think, female followers on Facebook and 38 male, and it's the exact opposite on Instagram.
Mhm.
Do you notice that at all?
Not really. Ours is always a little bit higher female,
Okay.
and just a slightly lower male. But the age bracket's always the same.
Yeah.
But also I want to stress Google Business as well. You should be posting there regularly. And I don't know if you guys are going into like different other web browsers like Bing, Yahoo. Like you need to really go in and make sure your business is listed everywhere. It's time consuming, but I'll tell you, not everyone uses Google. You know what I mean? Like my mom, for example, like she uses her Kindle and she looked up like a pizza place by her house, and she kept saying they close at 7 o'clock. And I'm like, there's no way that pizza place closes at 7 o'clock, right? And I'm like, it's impossible. So I went to Google on my phone and I'm like, they close at 11. And she's like, no, 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 look. And I looked at her Kindle and sure enough, it says 7 because they didn't update their business. So they've never ordered pizza after 7 o'clock.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So you really need to go into all these different browsers and take the time. That's why it might be, worth the money to have someone,
Dedicated to, yeah. I mean, even that, I mean, that could be, I mean, it doesn't need to be a full-time person necessarily. I mean, yeah, you could have someone dedicated an hour or two a day, or potentially even, get an intern, a high school student that is interested in social marketing or something like that. That you get for a whole lot cheaper potentially than an actual professional. So yeah, it's but yeah, again, for us, it's hard to pull the trigger on spending money.
I know. It's just because,
And the ROI is there, but it's the initial investment that, especially
I
at this
know.
time of year.
I know it's so important though, because people are leaving Facebook all the time.
Mhm.
They're taking social media breaks. Also, another important thing is growing your email list on your websites. I don't know how you're doing with that, but that's another thing you might want to, got to do, because if Facebook goes down or the Instagram goes down, if they get hacked, you have nothing. You got to get your email list up, because then you still have your email list and you can still send it to your customers.
How often do you guys email? Is it just like a weekly location type of thing, or are you doing those daily?
So I hate emailing. I'll tell you, I don't love it, but I do like once a month, maybe twice a month. I don't like doing it because I feel like it could be annoying.
Mhm.
But because I know I get a million emails. Yeah, I probably, in my personal email, I've got 400,000 emails I've never looked at. So
Join the club.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, I just want to be one of those. But I do send out an email at least once a month, just kind of reminding people, and I kind of think of something catchy, like, what did I say? Like, whoa, have you tried? I always try to say whoa. It's like, something catchy.
Brand.
Yeah, like, what did I say? And it's something like, whoa, don't let 2022 end just yet, or something like that was like my title,
Mhm.
And then, I reminded them that we still have events left in 2022, and that was in December. Just kind of like, you want to get back in their mind, because they are busy and we're still out. People aren't working all year round. Or you remind them that you do catering, Christmas events, anything. You just want to get back in their head.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, when they have the thought of tacos in their head, you are the first thing, and the more that it's there, the more likely that'll happen. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, and that's one thing that I haven't done at all is emailing, because I'm afraid it'll be too spammy. Because I came from the IT field, and I know how much, one, these things get buried. And then two, how much people just are annoyed by being emailed by companies that collect emails and stuff. So
So hold on. You and I actually talked about this last week.
yeah.
So my background has been mortgages, and email to me is like, I will send one. I used to, I mean, correct, they were looking for something, so it wasn't necessarily cold calling or anything, but it was like 2 emails a day for like 4 days to follow up with people and to see, obviously it's just try to initiate some sort of contact, but emails for me are a lot easier than emails for people who don't, I guess, do emails a lot. I don't mind it. I don't mind it too much. I've actually gone through Square and just to find the email, for some reason it captures emails. I never understood how Square does that, but they capture emails, and you can actually use that as a marketing list too.
Yeah, that's a pain. I export our list to MailChimp,
Yeah.
and we have to do it out to an Excel file and then upload it up. So, but I actually was looking yesterday at, because I'm trying to increase the emails, and I was reading what they recommend when you're when you're introducing a product list, like a new product out. And I wrote down yesterday, I wrote some notes, what like professional marketers say.
Mhm.
And they said for a single product launch, you should be doing 6 emails per product launch. So say, let's just say if you're going to do a new macaroni and cheese, okay, you would do a pre-launch notice, a testimonial hype email, a launch email, a launch follow-up with a discount. We don't do discounts, a product review, and then your 6th one would be a post-launch last chance discount. So it's 6 emails per one product.
For one product.
Yeah, that's why we get flooded with emails.
Wow.
Jeez.
I
That's
know, a lot.
I mean, that's a lot. That's just that's more than I've ever done.
So, and for me, so I use Gmail as my personal email account, and it splits it up between primary, and then it sorts out promotions and social.
Mhm.
I don't even look in those 2 columns.
I do
It's
because
a
I
highlight and delete for the most part.
It's funny because I go there because I noticed things that I really did want go there. I have to
Yeah.
click all these different categories. But
Yeah.
I was also looking yesterday, and there's certain keywords that will send your email certain places, like offer sends it
Yeah.
somewhere else,
Yeah.
right? So you just have to stay away from different words, but there's different websites that you can use now, and you can copy like what you want to write and put it in there, and then it will give you a rating like 1 out of 6, the probability of your email going to spam. So, it depends how much, work you want to put in that. But I do think email is kind of, because I forget, about places.
Yeah.
And if I'm taking a social media break, I might forget.
How often do you take a social media break?
I'll never. I'm on there all the time. My thumbs hurt all the time. Like my thumbs actually hurt. I thought I had arthritis, so I started drinking collagen. But I think it's just work.
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't need it for work, I don't know that I would be on hardly ever. Because I rarely just scroll through my feed unless there's something on like a barbecue contest, Skippy, that we have friends at. That's the only time like I'll scroll through. I avoid it so much, the other crap that's on there, which is a great testament to us posting so much on social media. But I mean, there's just so much, and I lose so much. I mean, with the amount of friends that I have and all that, there's just so much noise that I avoid it. So, but yeah, there's a couple of things that I want to make sure that I see. So I make sure I interact with those couple of things because we have an understanding of how the algorithm works, and tried when people say that they didn't see a post or whatever, we're like, have you liked any of the posts that we've posted? Have you commented on any of the posts that you posted? Because those things will make sure, because for the most part, it's the same probably 100 people that we see liking posts. And we know at least they're getting in front of those people regularly. And that's probably because they like the post. So I think if people realized that they can kind of cultivate their feed a little bit, just by putting some effort into the things they want to see most, that they can have a better feed. So yeah.
This is for both of you. I have a food truck friend over here that is, for the last 2 weeks, has been so hell-bent on monetizing his Facebook page. Because you can. Have either one of you looked into it / tried it? I know there are certain things that you need, and now that Josh, I think you're the closest one. Actually, you are. You could probably start doing it. You need at least 10,000 followers.
Yes.
Hey, I'm at a little over 1,800 now.
There you go.
And it's all about, likes, clicks, but you can monetize your Facebook page. Is that something, Kim, that you guys are looking to do in the future?
I am not.
Okay.
I have not. I actually just started kind of messing around with the YouTube page a little bit, but I've not done that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through. But yeah, Josh, it's extra money for you, so you should probably just, do your whole off season. Oh, that's coming to an end. Never mind.
What off season?
Try to monetize your Facebook page.
I guess I would have to look to see how that works before I would even consider it. Is it is it additional ads on my business page? On the
No,
sidebar?
it's almost, it's like likes, clicks. It's, I'll find more information about it. Maybe we'll talk about it next week, but it's very,
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm confused about how that's a benefit for Facebook.
uh, it's a great question. I'm glad you asked. It's more,
I mean, other than maybe it's trying to cause more engaging content, like it's trying to force higher followed pages to create better content. But there's got to be something else
I
that,
think it has to do with reels and videos,
okay,
lives and stuff like that.
that would make sense. I have a hard time forcing monetization out there. Skippy, you know that I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
And one of his books is jab, 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 hook. So the idea is you want to do 3 things for free for a customer before you prompt for a sale. So monetizing everything, it's just a constant battering of sales type of thing. So yeah, you give, and then you ask type of thing. So yeah, I mean, and all his content's free, every single piece of it. There is not a thing that you can buy off any of his content on any social media. He's got like 6 books and he says, pirate him if you want. He doesn't care as long as you get the information type of thing. So, so yeah, I kind of follow that philosophy as much as I can. Give as much value before you ask for a sale. People are more likely to buy at that point because
we have
you've given them so much already.
We have beaten your value like a dead horse.
We're not even talking about that.
I know. All right, let's get back to our guest. We woke her up early this morning. I don't know how many cups of coffee you've had so far.
Well, I drink a Mexican Coke when I first wake up, and then I have coffee.
So for what you do for this brand, where would you like to see it? I guess, what are your goals for the future with what you're doing and yeah, your goals for the future?
Well, I think our goals are to have more food trucks out, possibly maybe like a space somewhere where people can come and have like the Woe brand experience there.
I could picture like a Woe store.
Yeah, I think that would be possibly somewhere that's been talked about potentially in the future.
Yeah.
I would like that. I enjoy working with that brand. My personal goals, I would like to, because I'm freelance, I've worked with different restaurants and different, things. So I would like to expand on that as well.
Just with SEO and branding and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like to build websites. I like to, I like to help people. So I like to see other people succeed. I'm actually building a website for my friend. I just started last night. I saw her website. Marla Loves Ice Cream.
Oh yeah, I've heard of her.
I saw her website yesterday and I was like, Marla, no. I gotta fix it for you. I was like, this is like the Oregon Trail font. I'm like, I have to fix this for you right now. So I've never seen it. So I'm fixing it. Actually, I have like a website in process for her.
Always been a big fan of Comic Sans.
Yeah, I know. I was like, when did you make this?
It's comforting.
Yes, I'm fixing it up for her. She gets a lot of her referrals, but so I'm going to fix that up for her, make her a nice one. But I like to see other people succeed, just in general. So like their success is my success. So I just would like to just do lots of projects.
Yeah.
Is Woe multi-truck right now?
Yeah, right now we have 2 trucks and a trailer. I think we're gonna start doing like some pickup caterings and drop off caterings. One of the problems we're facing with that is the tortillas we have like a limited area.
Yeah.
The tortillas are the corn, the fresh corn. So they they can't go too far out. So that's that, but we are expanding our product offerings on the menu. So we're gonna have some new menu items really soon, and we're gonna be rebranding. So that'll be fun. So I look forward to that, some new graphics to work with, some new fonts. We're redoing the website, you know. I feel like I'm, repeating the same stuff over and
Right.
over in my postings, because I'm kind of waiting on that to happen.
Yeah.
We thought of that at the end of last year. So I've been waiting. So now it's, keep an eye out for it. And I think we're switching from Mo Tacos to just Whoa now. And then the Chinese truck, we've actually, our last catering event is this Thursday with that. And then they're taking it off the road, and we're doing the inside of the truck. We're taking the walk off and putting a flat top grill inside.
Okay.
And we're keeping the deep fryer, but we're going to be switching the menu out.
Nice. Are you guys doing any merchandising? So shirts, hats, or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of. We were asked about it before, but I think it's just kind of a lot. You know what I mean? Like, we were asked about it in the past, but then it's like, how many sizes do you have to have? And like, what if the shirt rips? I don't know. You know what I mean? Now do you take returns?
Yeah. So yeah, we did it. We did, because we got asked all the time if we had shirts. So I went and ordered, 200 shirts or whatever in various sizes, and I think the last one went at the end of the last year. So we had them for 2.5 years.
Well, at least
Right.
It's like,
You sold them.
please buy a shirt. It's
Um,
again, it's I got 6 different boxes sitting in my garage. I was like, just get rid of them. And yeah, I wish that's a hard
Stickers
one.
are cheap.
We still get asked. What's that?
Stickers are cheap.
Yeah. So yeah,
So,
and
I'm looking at
go ahead.
Kim, I'm looking at the Facebook page right now, and like the second reel that comes up is the quesadilla, and it's like makes me want to go get one again.
Well, that's
So-
funny. I just made that one just the other day. I made the El Pastor one this morning before I took my kids to school. Is that one on there?
Yes, I see that one.
Yeah, that one was it's weird because Facebook Reels, I don't enjoy making them because there's a weird system, I feel like. Do you find that, or do you not make Reels on there?
I
haven't
haven't
made
made.
reels.
Yeah, me neither.
There's enough weird stuff on Facebook, me doing regular posts that, yeah.
Okay, so here's my thing with the Reels. You got to have Reels on there because Facebook likes Reels, right? That's their new thing. They like the Reels. Instagram likes Reels as well, but they're just different. Like, so I don't know. Do you guys here's a little tip for you guys. On Instagram, I guess if you're not doing videos, it doesn't matter, but do you have your account as a business or a creator?
Business, I think.
Okay, so I would switch to creator because then you're going to get better music.
Oh.
Oh,
If you have it as a business, you're not going to get any of the music that's on the radio. You're just going to get like weird elevator music. If you switch to creator, you'll get like good music. Did you know that?
I did not.
Like that's how I get our good music. Like I don't know if you classify it as good, but like the the catchy stuff that's out now.
Well, so the song that's listed at the bottom of the El Pastor one says, "Does my bum look 40?"
Okay, so that's a trending song right now. And that one is well, I guess you shouldn't listen to it now because it's got bad words in it. That one so I try not to do any bad word songs, but that one actually that's very catchy right now. So I feel like it's gonna get blasted out a little harder. That one, so Facebook, that's what I don't like about Facebook. Facebook songs, you cannot get a good one if you're just gonna hit create. It's like the elevator music.
Yeah.
But that came up as a video for me. So I hit like use this audio, and then I had to make a video right then.
Are you experimenting with TikTok at all?
No, I do not use TikTok at all. I don't want that on my device because it's China.
Okay.
Like the government said not to use that, so I'm not using it.
Follow-up question. So there's not about TikTok. I was going to ask you about TikTok, but we'll move on. So there's, new social media's platforms get created all the time. Are you trying to stay up to date on new stuff coming abroad so that when the next TikTok comes along, that you guys are ready, or Musically was huge for a while. Are you trying to keep an eye on those? And if so, are you creating accounts with the Wool brand immediately so that you can capture that? Even if it's only around for a month or whatever, it never takes off, at least you have it just in case type of thing.
Good question. I pay attention to it, but I don't jump on it because I don't have time for all that nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
just, there's a million things all the time. I give it time and I see what happens, and I read a
Mhm.
lot of things everywhere. So like TikTok, I think I keep thinking they're going to take it off, right? The App Store, they keep saying it, they keep
Mhm.
warning us not to use it. I think it's only a matter of time, personally. I use the Instagram, I use Google Business, our website. We get good sales from all of that. I pay more attention to our SEO and Yelp. I use Yelp now. That one I actually get pretty good movement from.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yelp actually is very interesting to me because Yelp feeds through to your the map on the Apple phone. If you hit map,
Mm-hmm.
and like say you put in like tacos near me.
Both of us are Android users.
Oh, well, I can't
Add that to the list of
that.
things we're not good at.
I don't know anything about that, but I thought that was interesting, because even in map, right? It's the Yelp that comes up. You know what I mean? So that right there, you better get on Yelp, or at least check your page, because I'll tell you on Yelp, when I went and looked at our page, they had us spelled wrong, like WOAH, and that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And it was just a user submitted thing. So like, I every couple of weeks I do go into the different search engines and I type in Wo Tacos and I see what comes up and then I fix the errors. That's another thing that I highly suggest. That's another thing, like it's kind of worth the payment to have someone monitor your, your company.
Starting to think it would be.
And I did make sure we claimed our business on Yelp just to make sure that the information was correct. But yeah, as far as there's just so much.
I know. I'm up like if I go between like, do I never want to sleep and work 24 hours a day, or do I just want to sleep all the time? You know what I mean? Like there's a fine line.
That's why you make the big bucks.
No, I don't. I wish I did.
Wait, I'm quitting and doing what she's doing then.
Right?
Yeah. But do you do you have your website built? What do you use on your web? Like what platform?
I use what is it? Squarespace.
Okay. Do you go into your Squarespace like often and just kind of check out like the settings and stuff?
Not as often as I should. We have our event calendar is on there too. So I mean, I'm updating that regularly, but I don't play around in there as much as I should, for sure.
I would go in there and just click around and, make sure everything's up to date, maybe work on your SEO, every couple of weeks. Because I will say, like, we use Wix and Wix is always doing updates and they don't like tell us. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'll go over it, it'll be like, oh, there's a new button. This is new,
What's
and
this
then
button do?
and I'm like, oh, so then I'm going in there, and I'm changing things around, and I do see differences, or I'm adding things. So I do think it's important to just continually, work on things.
So you're with Wix for Whoa, is that what you would use if you were to do you like that platform if you were to just do a website for somebody else, or does each platform kind of cater towards certain businesses?
I'm open to anything. Like if I was going to pick for someone for something, it doesn't matter to me. I think it depends on more what discounts are being offered at the time. Like I'm more like, what's your monthly discount? Wix is pretty user friendly, but there's flaws all the time. Like I just had to call because things like I pushed a button, and it said it wasn't connecting. So I had to call and I was on the phone for like 2 hours. And finally I said, okay, I'll just see if it works tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because they couldn't help me. They couldn't solve the problem. It was just something with their stuff. So I think that everything has problems. I've used Squarespace before. It's okay. I've used Shopify. It's okay. I think it depends on what your service area is and if you are like shipping t-shirts. You already mean what do you actually need? If you're just going to do like a local food truck site, Wix is good enough.
Okay. I
You know,
used, I think my wife made mine and I think used WordPress.
Okay. Yeah. WordPress is pretty like basic, it's
Yeah.
for blogs, that kind of thing. You know,
Uh,
it's fine. They're all the same in essence.
it's up and it works. That's all I know. That's-
Yeah. As long as it works.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of stuff that I should learn how to do, but my wife built hers and then built mine. So
But I would suggest going in there and making sure, like there could be new stuff on there that you don't even know
yeah, that's probably true.
on there, updates, maybe send out an email to your customers. Maybe add on some like, sign up for a mailing list to your homepage,
Mhm.
add on like little, spots because you could add a pop-up maybe on your second page, just always try to like make your things a little bit better. Just here and there, every little bit counts.
Yeah. I
Do
like
you know
that.
what the ratio of traffic is between your social media accounts and your website?
Meaning,
How are people seeing your information most prevalently?
well, like direct traffic.
Yeah.
I would say so. I would say probably like 70% direct traffic, and then the rest would be social media.
Okay.
Maybe split up a little more leaned on Facebook as opposed to Instagram. But a lot of people also click off Instagram and go right to our online ordering. Like we have online ordering set up for our events
Okay.
in advance. So like our event tonight from 5:30 to 7:30, it's tacos and trivia. You can order online and you can also order at the window. And I set that up after the last event closes. So like our last event was Sunday. So I've changed it already for online ordering for Tuesday.
Okay.
And I announce it like online ordering is open for Tuesday now.
How many
You're-
people are working on the truck like on a normal day?
2.
Two.
Mhm.
I'm astonished. Like I'm astonished by online ordering.
Mhm.
Like I figured, like when I have somebody work with me, they take payments, I make food. That's pretty much how our system works. But with online ordering, it's like, how do you make sure? I guess how do people make sure that they don't miss things? Like I would hate to have I mean, our ticket times are fast to begin with, but it's like I would hate to have somebody order something and then come up there and it not be ready or it
It just
not
prints out the ticket that comes out of your little printer.
okay.
So it prints out like 7:00 pickup. Then you just put it on the rail.
And then whoever's doing most of the cooking is going to know when that's there or for when that needs to be picked up or made or whatever the case
Yes,
may be.
but our person that does the counter also does expo.
Okay.
So they're like bagging and topping the food
Makes sense.
and like making like little consomme cups of soup, putting the utensils in, and the cook's just doing like the grill.
By the way, your consomme, you can just drink it. It's fantastic. Anyway.
Well, that's what the ramen is, like the soup.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. I've tried it just with, hey, if you want to pre-order something, send me a text. But then
Oh,
I'm
that
like,
would be like, oh, yeah, horrible.
well, that's why I only do it for certain things. I don't do it for just like whole meals. I do it like if so tonight I'm at a subdivision and I said, if you want ribs, which I don't normally do them, you can pre-order. So I've only taken pre-orders for just that versus, everybody's meal. Because everybody's meal, I'd be lost.
Yeah, the tech. Oh my gosh, text. I'd be like unsubscribe. I'd just respond. I wouldn't. My phone was like blowing up. Do you have Square?
Yes, I have
Yeah,
Square.
You can hook your Square if you have your ordering on Square. You can hook that into your website, and then they can just click order now. That's how we have ours. Like if you go on our website now and click order now, you'll see the online ordering comes up, and then you just put in like on your back end, your menu, you put in, for example, like I only have 10 inventory of ribs.
Yeah.
Right? And then when your 10 runs out on your register or on online ordering, it'll just say like low stock, if you make, when it gets down to like 2 or whatever setting you put down. And then, or it could say out of stock.
Yeah. The other tough thing with barbecue guys and online ordering is it's hard for us to put in a stock level, how much we have, how much brisket we have, how much pork we have, because there's different ways for us to sell it. So that'd be, if I was going to do pre-orders like that, that would work, but I don't know if anything else would. I mean, I'm happy our ticket times are fast to begin with, so I don't worry about it a whole heck of a lot, but it'd be nice to do sometime.
Or you could go and turn it off. Like if you think you're getting low, you can just jump on your phone or whatever you do and just turn it off, online ordering.
Well, even on the POS side, you can long hold a menu item and it'll make it unavailable. And that, from what I've read, carries through to online ordering.
On Square?
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
gonna check into that because I actually have been calling them about it and they said it's not available.
So are you using the Square, the restaurants, so the big POS with the detachable credit card reader?
Are credit card readers like this?
Yeah.
The Square register.
So yeah, so we're using, so yes, the Square register with the restaurants is what we're using for the software side of it. And I can long hold on any item and mark it as unavailable to
I'm
order.
gonna have them try that because I have like they say it's not available. See what I mean? Like that's why I'm not impressed.
I'm much more up to date with my Square stuff because we're getting updates every week with no email describing what's different. Like we've had buttons change on the POS all the time. And then my guy will say, "Hey, what's up with this button?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it happens with ours too.
Yeah.
Like just the other day, they got to an event and they were like online ordering, the button's not there anymore. It says something else. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I had to like make a whole new register, on the phone. And then the lady transferred me like to 3 different people. And the truck is open. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
I didn't do anything though. You guys, I didn't touch the computer. So I fixed it, but I'm like,
Speaking of Square, let's see if either one of you had my problem I had yesterday. I know that we're on a complete different realm now. So about an hour left in service. For some reason, I had full service, like Wi-Fi. I went to I typically use my phone as a hotspot. I kept getting, anytime somebody used a card, it wouldn't go through. Different cards wouldn't go through. Even when I clicked a cash payment, it would still be pending, and I would get a notification that I still have a pending payment. So I switched from Wi-Fi on my phone to Wi-Fi on my iPad, different carriers. Still had full bars, still did the exact same thing. I restarted I used the Square terminal, the little guy, the handheld thing, and I switched to my phone with the card reader just to see if it was maybe the terminal that was not doing right. And nope, still had the same thing. It would hold a payment. Like it would basically told me that it's almost like I could go into offline mode, but my terminal would not go into offline mode. My phone would, but my terminal wouldn't.
I wonder if Square was having an outage on the back end.
Well, I found out after probably 5 to 8 minutes, it would process the payment. It would process the transaction, I should say.
Right.
But it wouldn't take people's cards. So that's why I decided to up and leave, because I wasn't going to deal with all of it. But it was just, so after we get done here, I'm going to go out and run a $1 transaction from my card and make sure it works. But it was just weird that's the first time I've ever seen that where it's had service or had connection to service, but not work. I don't know if anybody else ever had that.
I can't say I'm not surprised. We did, remember that event that I did with that farm with you?
Yeah.
I had to work the whole time in that cold weather, and I had to punch in each credit card number because our Square was messed up, and I like literally had to manually type in each credit card
Oh,
finger,
We've
and then
been
I'd say, what's your zip code? And I'd type in that, and then I learned that American Express has their 3-digit code in the front.
Mhm.
yes.
It was like the worst
Oh,
event ever
oh,
for because of that reason. And we didn't do anything wrong. It was just the Square was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
I
I had
haven't-
that where we've had to mentally enter.
and they charge you extra for that too.
Oh yeah, they don't care. And then you call on it, they're like, you just need a new one. And it's like, well, that's like $500. So,
Yeah.
and then it
Well,
started working. Like, and then when I called the owner came because I'm like, I don't even know what to do. You know, like this is screwing the whole day up. He
Mhm.
comes, and then of course it starts working, and like 10 minutes later for no reason.
I
Yeah.
replace my cables once a year now. All my USB connections, I order a cable kit from them once a year and replace that. And that has taken out a lot of our headaches with things randomly not working. Like our cash register won't open on random for whatever reason. It'll just stop. Replace the USB cable, starts working again. Or that little USB hub that we have that connects everything. Yeah. Yeah, Square's great. I love them, but their stuff's a little finicky sometimes.
Well, if you have over $250,000 in sales, remember you can renegotiate your fees.
Yeah, unless
know-
it's free.
That's funny you say that, because we did that, and then I was talking to someone and they said that they have a lower fee than we do, but they make less than we do.
Mm.
So I was like, well, we need to call them back because
Well, I haven't done over 250, so I haven't called them. So.
I was like, that's not gonna work for us. I would like to start a chat somewhere and see like what the
Yes.
fees are, but I need some proof because I feel like sometimes people exaggerate.
Maybe we can get we can find a rep from Square and get them on the podcast so we can get some
Oh.
revenue out of it.
You know, like those what are those, like the glass door, you know, those websites.
Oh,
where,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, that would be interesting, like a forum somewhere, like the secrets.
We should have a big giant Zoom town hall and surprise a rep from Square.
Oh, they would hang up.
They would
I'm
need
on
a-
I am on a group though online. It's called, I think it's like Female Food Truckers, I think it is. And they have some really interesting tips on there. Like, you know, like someone will put in like their soup pots, for example. Like our consomme, oh gosh, it's like spilled in the truck so many times, like driving.
oh.
No, oh God, we've had some crazy stories. And one of the women said that you can buy like a locking soup pot, and like the lock goes on top, and like they make up things that you've never even heard. I mean, I've never heard of that stuff.
Mhm.
But those kind of those kind of groups, if you can find one of those, you know, they're very interesting advice. You got to find a good one.
Yeah. Skippy is a member of like 20 of them, so I wait
You know
for him to
what?
tell me if they're good or not.
I'm a new guy. I gotta get information anywhere I can.
When you invite me, then I assume that it's a decent group. But yeah, like I said, my Facebook feed's so much white noise right now that I have a hard enough time keeping up on the people looking for caterers and the wedding groups and stuff. Like it's just all, yeah, gets lost. So I'm trying to be much more intentional about which groups are being joined now. So
That's
Kim,
the
do you
thing.
guys get a lot of business through word of mouth versus, I guess, as far as catering goes?
We do. Like a lot of people say, like I had, you know, so and so told me about you. I do get that a lot. But a lot of it is our SEO on our website.
Really?
A lot of it's just, you know, like I've had some calls from California. Like Amazon called last year. And the gal, you know, she had found us on the internet, came right up. And that was actually one of my most favorite events. I got to work on the food truck and it was like so much fun. And I think I slept like 2 hours each night because I had to, like, we worked almost 24 hours each night, each day. We had to do 3 shifts at Amazon, and each shift was like 400 meals. So we
Yeah.
we made the tacos, and we boxed them up, and then we wheel them into the Amazon warehouse. It was actually, I thought it was a lot of fun, you know, going to the warehouse in the dark and like unlocking the trucks, getting them ready. You know, I don't know, I thought it was fun. Driving out there. I actually got my
Making
license.
tacos in the cover of night.
Yeah, it was really fun. I've got some good videos I like kind of cut in there, you know, and put in there like when it's like the trucks are in the dark. I think it's, you know, fun experience.
We
But I
did
got
we did a 3 shifter and it was it was a lot of, I mean, we were all tired, but it was well worth it for sure. Just people, they're like, hey, where's this? Where's this? I said, well, your company only ordered this, so you got to deal with that. And there was people yelling at me that I didn't have ribs or chicken or something like that. I'm like, this is what we have.
That's funny. I always like working the ones at night. I also like the third shift because those people, they're so hard worked. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They kind of have maybe the cruddier shift. You know what I mean? Like the shift that other people might not want to work, but they, maybe don't get like the best, bonuses, we'll say, because things aren't open at that time, right?
yeah, hard
So, like,
workers.
yeah, so like a food truck can come out at night. That's awesome, because pizza close it,
Mhm.
they don't get treated like that. So
Yeah, they always get the leftovers from what happened at lunchtime.
yeah, yeah. So hot food's a really, treat to them.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think it's been a pleasure having you on here. Thank you for I mean, just giving us a lot of tidbits and a lot of light at the end of the tunnel for people like myself that basically just do whatever I can on Facebook. I'm gonna start doing more internet wise and SEO wise, and I want people to, when they Google best barbecue in my area, I want my name to come up first. Um, yeah, we absolutely appreciate you, and good luck to the Bow brand in the future for sure.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Thanks, Kim. I have like hours of work to do now, thanks to you. So
Yeah, me
It's
too.
fun though when you don't have to, they just start coming in.
right. Yes, it's all worth it.
Where
It's just making
where can somebody find you and maybe find Whoa?
Well, they can contact me. I have a Facebook page that I don't really, but I can contact it. It's Pure Motivation, social media. I'm not real active on it, but it would come right to me.
Okay.
And then wotacos.com or wo.tacos on Instagram.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well,
Thanks
thank
again.
you much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Kim. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye. There we go. Hey. So yeah, once again, thanks to Kim for joining us. It was interesting to see how differently they do things, and that's kind of the idea of our guests, is get a different point of view. Where I think a lot of food trucks rely heavily on social media. They do the opposite and rely heavily on traffic to their website to push things out. So definitely interesting. And yeah, again, I have a lot of work to do. And I'm awful at double checking everywhere our business is listed. For one, to make sure current information is there, and two, to make sure that we're even listed. So I did have 2 Yelp reviews, which you have to have a business Yelp account. I don't know if you know this. You have to have a business Yelp account in order to receive reviews on Yelp. So
Huh.
you can't just put a business on there and have it receive reviews. I think you actually have to pay for an account. I don't remember. It's been a while since I had to use it, but that was a thing for Yelp, is that your business couldn't receive reviews unless you paid to have an account or whatever.
Interesting.
But we're a 4-star listed on Yelp. Great reviews, not a single negative thing said about anything, and a 4-star. So, and they're both from late last year, which is nice. So,
Is 4 stars good on Yelp or 5 stars?
4 out of 5.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, you're pretty mid.
fuck you.
I'm not on Yelp. So I'm
So,
a
yeah,
0.
All the things, like, yeah, definitely I need to go through all the things.
Yeah, I like the SEO and the internet stuff. I never really thought about that a whole heck of a lot. I've been just trying to grow social media. So I'll definitely do that myself.
We tend to focus on the things that we spend time on. So, it's comfortable and it's stuff we more or
I
less
spend
understand.
time on the internet trying to get to my Facebook page.
I'm just trying to give China as much information as I can. That's all.
Damn Chinese. Well, the reason I asked her about TikTok and we was there are many TikTokers that will take their videos and they'll post them to Facebook as reels.
Yep.
So that's what I was trying to get at was, what's the process of maybe doing that? If Facebook loves Reels, can you just take a video you made for TikTok and put it there? So
Yeah, and ideally you are using different stuff for everywhere, but then that was Facebook's answer. I mean, that was Facebook's answer to TikTok essentially,
Yeah,
and those other like Musically was the big one at the time, and then TikTok superseded them. But not to get political or whatever, the whole China and TikTok thing and the apps coming down, which has been now years and years being said. How often did we hear about the end of Snapchat and that it was only used for pedophiles and to send naked pictures to everybody? Is now one of the biggest platforms out there. And we didn't ask her about Snapchat, which I'm guessing she doesn't use because just based on where they focus their time. So
yeah.
And I'm of the if there's eyes there, then it's worth our time to spend time there. And again, I think you can get
Whatever really works for you. I mean, if
if
you're cool on TikTok, I mean, do what you gotta do. If you can if you can put it across multiple platforms, I mean, it's all the power to you.
But and because every platform has a different audience and the audience is looking for a different kind of content.
Yeah.
A different style of content for each platform. So it's how much time can you spend making content, and good content. So anyways, let's move on. So yes, we are recording on a Tuesday. Skippy had a very busy Monday. I had a very late Sunday night.
Let's not go very busy Monday. Okay, let's go more busy Sunday. But
were you not working? Were you busy working?
I was busy taking up parking lot space from patrons. Yes, absolutely.
So anyways, thus we had to record this on Tuesday. It'll still be posted on Monday though, so pretty much a mute point. But anyways, how was your week last week leading up to today?
Leading up to today. Okay, so I decided to come out of hibernation.
Does bears like to do this time of year?
Well, funny you use the word bear. Food truck friend of mine said, "Hey, our Home Depot is doing a 25th anniversary ribbon cutting. There's going to be media out there. Even if you don't make a lot, just come out to try to get the publicity."
Yep.
Oh boy, that's where I should have known that whatever somebody tells you, it's not going to happen. So Sunday we went out. We did good. We sold out. I didn't make a lot, but we did about $700 worth of on a Sunday. For us is great because we're never really out on a Sunday. So it might be a good stop for us in the future.
You said 700?
Yeah.
What was the weather like?
What was the weather like? A smidge windy, probably half overcast, half partly sunny. Weather was a little chilly, probably in the mid 30s, but it was decent. It was okay.
How was the Home Depot busy?
There was a lot of open parking spots. That's all I guess what I'll tell you. I mean, when I came there on Monday, the employee lot was packed. Where the employee lot on Sunday definitely was not. So we did okay. We introduced our double extra sexy mac and cheese, bigger portion size. Definitely actually went off better than I hoped. They were actually posting on our Facebook page. We tried it, took it home, ate half of it, reheated the rest of it for lunch the next day. I'm like, good for you. And then, so everything was supposed to happen on Monday. We get there and the other food truck's not there yet. And so we just go about our business. And I noticed that there is like nobody at this Home Depot, nothing. There's some workers. The workers are there, but there's nobody pulling in the parking lot. I swear, like his contractor's taking Monday off too. This is why I don't work on Mondays. And we stayed out there from like 11 to 4 when I said that I had those square issues. I didn't really want to deal with it too much. No media. The ribbon cutting was inside, but nothing. I mean, absolutely zip zilcho nada. We did get a couple calls from inside Home Depot about how long we're going to be out there so they can come out and get food. The other truck that was a burger and fry truck. This is why I don't work on Mondays. Because it was dead. Like, I mean, we did like, I think $420 for 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that. Which, okay, for a Monday is probably fair. But we didn't do really any events. We were actually, we were just concentrating on see if the media was going to be out there, and
Yeah.
can't bullshit a bullshitter. Anyway, yeah, so took the trailer out. Trailer still rides good. Didn't lose anything in the process. Still remember how to serve and cook and all that stuff. So I got a subdivision tonight that we were called to come do.
You might as well. You have everything ready to go now. So
Yeah, it's all, not to mention it's supposed to be like mid 40s today. I just went outside for a second and it's like 42, I think, already.
well, at least for us, our high has come and went. So we were supposed to peak early and then drop off.
Oh,
So
yeah, as of right now, my telephonic device says it's 46. By 5 o'clock, which is when I go to the subdivision, it's supposed to be in the high 30s. But no rain. Might even go out tomorrow because there's no rain until like late tomorrow night.
yeah, we're 38 right now. 38 feels like 29. So, but if I go out to the 10-day forecast, there is 2 days that are in the 30s, the rest are in the 40s, and we even have 2 50s in there. So
Yeah, I've got a 50 on Thursday with rain in the morning. Friday, Saturday, high 30s, and then Sunday, Monday, mid 40s.
yeah, you guys are a couple degrees warmer than us every day, but
Which is, I mean, I think that's fantastic if it happens, you know.
the long-term temperature forecast, so far this is holding true to what they had said. So I will take it, and I am looking forward to
The barbecue menu coming back.
yeah. Pork, we have pork on the smoker. With our house rub, good enough to win some competitions and awards, so why not good enough for the truck?
Yeah.
I have never made it in the quantity that I made it last night. Yeah, there was a lot of rinsing eyes out at some point because of the amount of dust from the seasonings.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, I was pretty well puffy and bloodshot from white pepper dust getting into my eyes, and yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I think we made, I think it was about 15 pounds of rub last night.
Can I ask how much that cost?
You can, I can't tell you for sure.
Oh, okay.
Because I bought some stuff in bulk.
Yeah.
Like a case of brown sugar, which is like 12 pounds, and I only needed 4. So I haven't done the hard math yet.
I priced out 17 and a half pounds of like a sweet rub,
mhm.
and it's like $57 for 17 pounds.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably close to what yours was. I did it by the
Yeah.
ounce and then added it up for how much I'm putting into. But I still have other rubs to use before I throw that in there.
So yeah, I mean, luckily when I made it, it tasted like what I remembered it tasted like. So
That's a step.
it smells like barbecue potato chips. It always
Yeah,
has. Smells
Absolutely.
exactly like barbecue potato chips. And it tastes good. I did a pork butt last night to this morning, and just as good as I remember it. And we'll see what the people think, because that's all that really matters.
The people are gonna love you, you know that.
Yeah.
Are we keeping any of the paninis on, or are we just going back to barbecue?
Straight back to barbecue. I can't do both menus, dude. It's gotta switch completely. So
I just asked
well, I know, but then you got all pissy with me last week.
because I wanted a brisket grilled cheese.
So make yourself a brisket grilled cheese.
I sell out all my brisket.
I'm not cooking brisket for another month.
Oh, that's right.
Only doing pork. So we have very limited menu. Last week was, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday were decent days. Actually, it was, I mean, yeah, we definitely had some people that came out because it was our last week of paninis to get a sandwich. Probably the most soup we've sold in a 2-day period since we've been open with the paninis and soups.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
good.
yeah.
Is that because you have less portion or less options?
So we went down to 2 soups a couple weeks ago, instead of the 4, just because there were so many options and the number of people coming wasn't enough to go through 4 soups anyways.
Yeah.
So just to help with waste and stuff like that, because that was kind of the whole idea, was to limit waste and maximize what we're selling out, going out the window. So probably should have made that call sooner. But you got to give it a run to see, you know. So yeah, those were pretty good days. Thursday, about halfway through the day, water heater started kicking errors. I mean, that's when it started to get cold, was on Thursday. Yeah, I started getting some errors on it. FD is the big error, which is a frost detection.
Uh-oh.
So if it detects that the water going through the inlet is at 36 degrees, it'll start to kick that, and it'll keep it warm enough for it not to freeze, type of thing. But it won't run at normal operating, which makes sense. I get it. So, and then with the truck sitting all weekend, heater's inside, but still not super warm. It takes a long time to heat a full freshwater tank of water past 32 degrees.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, right. I mean, the water is still cold coming out of there. So still running, I mean, which is, we ended up canceling Friday because we weren't going to have hot water. So just kind of, and it was going to be so cold at one of our least busy winter locations.
Yeah.
So it just didn't seem worthwhile at that point. So yeah, and then, I mean, I left for Chicago that night, and what I was hoping was going to be an extra day to try to get things around for barbecue season, it has turned into me trying to get everything done in a day and a half. So yeah. But yeah, coming back, and then this started getting most of the things around. We're pretty close. But yeah, taking kids to school this morning, looks like I blew a brake caliper, and have zero pressure on the pedal, and pretty much zero brakes. So it will be off to my good friend Ben, B&R Auto, who's a regular customer of ours. Unfortunately, he can't get the truck in to look at until tomorrow.
So you're not taking the kids to school in the truck tomorrow, are you?
Not that truck. So no, after we wrap up here, I'll be dropping the truck off to him today, and then swinging over to Enterprise to their business fleet of vehicles and trucks is pretty good.
That's good.
And really, the rental rate is not bad. It's like 120 a day.
Yeah, that's good.
Which, I mean, sucks to have to pay it, but it's really to keep things running. It's not awful. And this is the second time I've had to use them now. Yeah, we had a limp issue with the DEF system last summer, and we used them before. It's a good truck that, yeah, I mean, it allows us to keep running. I'd rather pay $100 to run every day than lose $1,000 a day. Not running.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, get all that done, and we'll be ready to roll tomorrow. Should be interesting. We've never done such a limited barbecue menu before, so yeah, we posted last week, and I think it was like third comment was, what, no Dorachos? I'm like, Jesus Christ. I can bring my own Doritos. Well, that helps. I said, no, it's the cheese I don't want to make and hold and throw away. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We're gonna keep the text ordering for right now, just because we have the room to be able to store some stuff.
Yeah.
Time. This would probably be a good time to test out online ordering, and maybe we will before we get to the full menu. Because and Square's been doing some updates, and I've been getting some pop-ups whenever I log in now. About online, you have an online page available, or online ordering page available now. So I know before it was through a third party. You had to pick one of their third party partners or whatever to do it.
Yeah,
But it sounds like they're actually hosting now.
they do. I looked into it. They have their own host, or they are their own host, I should say.
So part of the problem before with online ordering was people not being able to notify when food was ready. So let's say you were set up at a brewery or whatever, someone online ordered, you wouldn't be able to respond. Like if you hit, so the order comes through like a normal order, right?
Yeah.
And under your tickets, you can see it and then you can mark it complete type of thing. But it wouldn't notify the person that their order was ready.
So
You had to do a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo smoke and mirrors on the back end to make that kind of work right, from what I've read from other reviews. So I'm hoping that maybe with Square doing it themselves, that it just all kind of works, you know? Which would make things a little bit easier for us, especially once we get to warmer weather. If we're at like a brewery or whatever, they can online order, they get a text that their food is ready, and I don't have to worry about hot holding it for 10 minutes, waiting for
yeah,
them to
that's my problem is holding everything. It's like, you have a full warmer as it is. It's like,
I mean, sandwiches get soggy. I don't want them sitting for 10 minutes. I don't want Dorachos sitting for 2 minutes.
yeah,
So I think our summer items are a little bit more sensitive just because the moisture content in what we have on a bun, and that stuff just disintegrates so fast, deteriorates so fast. So, but I think we might give it a try. Right now, we're sticking with the text ordering, but I'd like to get away from that at least a couple of weeks before we switch to the full menu, because I don't want people to be in the habit of come July, we're getting text orders still. So, but that phone number will stay.
I just went to my Square and kind of looked to see what online ordering kind of looked like. But they can do self-serve, or if they're inside, it's just an online menu, or fulfill orders. I don't see where it says you can send it back to them, but I'm not doing it yet. So maybe I'll take a look at it more regularly.
For you being the one-man crew, I mean, how nice would it be just to have, like an iPad sitting out there?
Nope.
You wouldn't just allow them to, like, if you were super busy? You wouldn't
No, because I would still have that feeling that I missed something. Like, even if they can do the online ordering and stuff like that, it's like, if I had people in line, to me, those are the most important. And if there's a line and it just keeps coming, but I can handle it myself, I would definitely need somebody else to make sure that there was somebody keeping track of those orders that are coming in.
But don't you have a ticket printer, right?
I do, but
Like
it's all no, I don't have the register. I have the terminal.
Well, no, but you have a printer that prints all your tickets.
Correct. It prints tickets from the terminal. Correct.
Yeah, so it would print the same way. You wouldn't know where it came from. It would just be another order that came through. So if you had someone taking orders and you were making food and someone did an online order, that person taking orders wouldn't have to do anything until they came up to pay, or if they paid online or whatever. You would just get another ticket and just treat it like another ticket, So I can see a scenario where, if things got weird for a day or two with either time off and illness or whatever, to where I'd say, okay, I'm only doing online orders. You have to order online for me, and then I could run the truck by myself, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think you could run the truck by yourself if you had that?
If I did online orders only?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be easier because I wouldn't have to stop making food or handing out food to stop and talk to somebody, and take the order.
Yeah.
You're saving yourself time there. but it would have to be, I mean, super select type of scenarios, like we were at a business for them type of thing, like they asked us to come out to sell for their staff or whatever,
Yeah,
where we wouldn't expect to see a whole lot of our regular customers just walk up. Or in a location where we'd get a lot of just walk up from outside of wherever we were, like the gas station. We get people that just walk over after pumping gas because they see us there type of thing, you know?
yeah, no, I
Like,
get
oh,
that.
sorry, I can't take your order. Can you follow this link and do an online order for me? So that would be, I would want to avoid that if I could, but I mean, again, I'd rather limp along and try that and maybe lose some sales versus losing a whole days of sales if I had to, so. Maybe
Gotcha.
not, I don't know.
Okay.
And it'll be something we have to try out and see if it actually works, and we'll advertise it as a, hey, we're gonna try this for a day or for 2 days or for this week, and let us know what you think. Let us know if it's worthwhile, and we'll make a determination too on our end if it's too clunky or whatever to move forward. But yeah, for
Yeah.
right now, we're gonna stick to text ordering for at least this first couple of weeks. We'll see how that goes. I'm a little nervous because it's I mean, typically our first couple of days back from break doing barbecue are usually pretty busy lunches. Which I'm kind of counting on. So
Well,
limited menu and a pretty limited amount of food. So who knows, maybe it's a couple quick 1 hour days, and we'll see. I don't know.
yeah, I like to, I'm just going through Square right now just to kind of see like what's there. And I've never really, there's a lot of stuff on Square that I haven't even thought about going. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Anyway, what else was on the agenda?
Nothing.
Yeah, you got a lot of work ahead of you.
Yeah, I got nothing else. If you have more questions for next week for off the one Facebook page, I think that was a good conversation and a good spot to start. I do have Bill and Melissa Moore's book from the
Yeah. Food Truck 101.
yeah, I have both of the books from the food truck training Facebook guy, the 101 and 201. So I'll kind of go through that. I'll try to get through some of that over the next week and see if we can pull some things to talk about from there. Also, and guys, keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming. We're far from being out of things to talk about, clearly, because we can talk about anything. But yeah, we'd love to hear what you guys think or what you guys want to hear about. Yeah, things are great in the land of food trucks.
Oh, Square. Something I did yesterday. So you can set up since I have a Square checking account, I set up a Square savings account.
Okay.
They pay 1.75% APY, which is whatever.
Okay.
But I set it up where you can automatically have a certain percentage of that day's sales go into your savings account. It's an automatic thing. So I did it for sales tax. So instead of me trying to figure out at the end of the month what I might owe, I can have 6% basically of all my sales go into this account. And that way it actually, so for people that are having issues with sales tax, might be a good indicator, good way to, and then you make a little bit of money on your money. I mean, 1.75 isn't huge, but it's.
Yeah, I mean, so I'd be curious to see if what 6% it pulls from. So if you look at Square, your sales report, so in your net sales, so your gross sales is your typical gross sales, what you sold for food, okay? But if you go down and look at net, it includes your sales tax, your tip money,
Yep,
and all that. So I would be curious to see what 6% or where the 6% comes from, if it off which end. So
well, the last 2 days I put whatever the tax amount that it showed on my sales into this account. So I
Did
haven't
it
set,
manually, yep.
yeah, I haven't set up the automated thing. That you can add, what's cool about, I guess, the Square Savings, you can add as many subfolders or as many folders as you want inside this little savings account.
And a folder is like a sub account type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And have percentages from your sales put into it. And it has, when you click on the folders, it has like a rainy day fund, tax, rent, payroll, and then custom. You can create as many as you need. So I guess for people that aren't, we'll call it organized, or maybe just don't want to do the math at the end of the month, this might be a good way to do it.
Do you need a checking account in order to do a savings account, or can you just do a
Yes.
savings?
You have to do a checking account too.
Okay.
But there's no minimum balance. There's no fees for the checking account, which is cool.
So I can put $1 in there and call it good.
Yeah, you absolutely could, for sure.
Okay.
But when you do that, I believe it automatically goes, like your credit card sales automatically go to that account. And then you would have to transfer it from that account to
My regular bank account. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking, do you do the instant transfer? Or do you do like the 1 to 2 business days?
It's the 1 to 2 business days.
So yeah, because you don't want to pay the extra 1% for the instant transfers.
Yeah. And it's worked. I mean, it's worked great. Zero complaints. So, but I like being able to set that 6%. I mean, I can do it. I'm at my bank saying, well, I probably could. I mean, but yeah, it'd be much easier just to be able to do it through Square. Maybe I'll look into it. See if there's a way that I can still have my sales go into a separate account or go into my normal bank account and keep the checking account separate.
So do you use
Or if
Square?
I can do it percentage based.
Do you do Square for payroll, or the payroll for Square?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask you a question then. Why, I guess, what would, other than your cash that you receive daily,
Mhm.
what would be a disadvantage of using their checking account? Off the way of what you do right now?
The cash. And
Just
I still write, huh?
Just not being able to put cash into that account, which
Yeah.
you can, but
How?
you gotta deposit it first. You gotta deposit into a regular bank account and then move it over. So that part's the tough part. But since you already have a business account, you could put your credit card sales into
Well,
Square.
then I'm just using my business account as a mule.
No.
Okay.
No, you can keep your cash in there. Still use it if you need it, but
Okay.
that way you don't have to go through all the banking that you go through.
I don't. There's not a lot. I go to once a week, I go to the bank.
Oh.
And I have to go anyways to get change for my cash drawers. So it's not like I eliminate my bank trips. I still got to get 1s and 5s and quarters and all the other
Completely forgot to do that on Sunday. I asked a local convenience store fella if I could buy a roll of pennies and
Tell you
some
what.
wood spoon.
The best thing I've done so far from last year to this year is make all my prices an even quarter. So it's either 25 or 50 cents or 75 cents.
Yeah.
There is no off numbers and all the sales tax is included. So I only have to deal with quarters now.
So last year I did the same thing. I had no quarters. It was just straight dollars.
Yep.
And I ate the sales tax. This year I added the sales tax per item, but I didn't do it the way you did it, where you might raise the price by 50 cents to $1.
Right.
So
just have it included in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the next 3 days, I'm going to use change and then revamp the menu and include the sales tax in the overall price. Which then I'm wondering how that whole automatic swap would go.
It shouldn't matter because in the report, the report still shows the same.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah. So when you look on if you were to print a receipt or on where you have your items that are rung up in your subtotal and whatever. So it just adjusts automatically the item amounts and then shows the sales tax and then shows the total as the whole number.
Yeah.
So it does it live and yeah. So yeah, I think it wouldn't matter for that. I think it would work the same. I had something else real quick and I forgot.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. The brisket's done, the ribs are getting done, the pork's done. I
Yeah.
might actually have a good, for what it's worth, since we
25
always
cents.
we'd like to shout out Bubba in every podcast lately. The 24-hour brisket.
Hold.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Was probably as juicy as probably juicier than any brisket I ever done.
And you're hot holding that, right?
Yes.
We're hot holding it for 24, just not sliced.
Correct. Whole slice, yeah, not sliced. So whole. I took it off a slight under what I normally would.
Mhm.
Held it and sliced into it, and it was juicy. It was a prime brisket. Don't get me wrong, but I was very surprised at the results. The bark held up.
Did you use a butcher
Yeah,
paper or did you use foil?
I did use foil, and I separated it too. So I did a point and a flat, and both of them were like fantastic as far as juiciness goes. I hate to say I'm going to go through the extra work every single time and separate point and flat.
Are you doing that before you cook it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just realistically, now I know not necessarily how much I have to. Basically, when they're done, I can hold them and cut them. I don't have to trim anything else off of it because I hate grease and I hate fat and just all throwing all that crap away all the time. So I'd rather do it before I cook it, and then when it's done, it's done. So far, we'll see how it goes when I get tired of it. But
yeah,
just want to let you know, it was good. It was very tasty.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Huh. 24-hour hold. Are you gonna have room in a warming cabinet though to do that on the regular?
Yeah, because we don't. In all fairness, we don't cook a lot unless we get really, really big and 10,000 followers. Then we'll cook more. But for a subdivision, I'm cooking 2 butts and
Yeah, for
briskets.
right now. But once you get into summer and you're going every day.
Again, that's all I normally cooked last year during the summer too, unless it was a festival or an event. If it was a festival or an event, then yes. But otherwise, most of my stuff was at night, man. And I may do more lunch services this year. I actually just got a really cool. I was invited to go to U of M and do a little food truck tasting for their athletic staff.
Say hi to Jim.
Who?
Jim.
Who's? Oh, yeah. Hart?
Harbaugh?
Oh, yeah. Khakis?
Yeah.
Isn't he leaving the NFL?
He's not in the NFL. How can he leave it?
Isn't he leaving for the NFL?
No.
Probably should.
Why?
Well, just because I said so. Just
Because you're tired of losing to him?
Listen here, fella. Well, what, 3 years in a row?
Yeah. Back-to-back Big Ten champions.
Whatever.
Back-to-back football playoff berths.
Okay, so you have one more playoff berth over us. Big deal.
Well, yeah, that was your guys' whole thing 3 years ago. How many playoffs have you made? How many Big Ten championships have you won?
We won 2 in a row. Actually, did we win 3 in a row?
No, you did not win 3 in a row. There's no way you won 3 in a row.
Sounded good.
I don't think Ohio State's gone that long without one in the last couple decades. Between them and Wisconsin, we were winning all of them at one point. So, all right, enough of that talk. Let's get out of here. This episode is like going to be a 12-parter by the time I'm done editing it.
Oh, you're actually going to edit it. Okay, good.
You know, maybe if you listened, you'd know that I edited some of these.
I make sure my wife listens, so I don't have to. I do subscribe though.
Oh, that's good.
We didn't win back-to-back. My apologies. 2013, 2015, because Ohio State was 2014.
Yeah, I told you. I don't think they ever went that long without winning one.
But we have won more than Michigan since 2003. 2004, sorry, I apologize.
All right.
That's fine. It's okay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you guys.
I'm sure they'll suck next year.
I think the Big Ten will suck compared to whatever's going in there. Anyway, all right, 12-parter. We'll see you soon.
Make sure you subscribe and like and do all the things and comment. Again, send us some messages with what you guys want to hear about and all the other things. We'd love to hear feedback. So, and who knows, maybe we'll start doing this live at some point in time. Kind of a goal of mine, and maybe even more frequently. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Y'all have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you soon. Peace out, everybody. Love you. Goodbye.
Piece of bacon grease.